Hey everyone, welcome back. You know your stuff when it comes to email deliverability, all those bounce rates and open rates and spam traps. But today we're diving deep into something pretty specific, getting our emails past Yahoo's filters.
You got it.
But the article we're looking at today by Shibneet Gul, called "Why is Yahoo Blocking My Emails and What to Do About It?" makes Yahoo seem like they're really strict about what emails they let through.
So we need to understand how Yahoo works if we want to be able to reach their users.
Okay, so how do we even know if Yahoo is blocking our emails?
Well, there's actually a tool that can help us with this. It's called the Yahoo Mail Postmaster tool, and it's basically like a dashboard that shows you how your emails are doing with Yahoo.
So it's not just about fixing problems after they happen. It's about keeping an eye on how our emails are doing and making sure everything is good.
Exactly. You can see things like your sender reputation, how well your emails are doing, and even get feedback from Yahoo about why some of your emails might be getting flagged.
Feedback loops, right? That's where Yahoo tells us what they think of our emails. And I've heard they can be really honest, sometimes maybe a little too honest.
Yeah, they're honest, but that honesty is good because it shows us exactly what Yahoo doesn't like about our emails. Yahoo even uses these special error codes to tell us about different problems with our emails.
Like secret codes. What's an example of one of those codes?
Well, let's say you see the code TS01 in your bounce messages. That means Yahoo thinks that your email might not be coming from a real source.
So even if our email content is fine, if we don't set up things like SPF DKIM and DMARC, Yahoo won't let our email through.
That's right. It's like trying to get into an exclusive party with an expired ID. Doesn't matter how nice you are. They're not going to let you in.
Makes sense. It seems like Yahoo really cares about trust.
They do. If Yahoo doesn't trust you, they're probably not going to let your emails reach their users.
Okay, authentication is important. I know that the article we're looking at today talks about 9 different reasons why Yahoo might block our emails. Are they all as complicated as authentication?
Some of them are a lot simpler, like the spammy content category. Things like writing in all caps, using too many exclamation points, or just sending a giant image with no text.
Right, the typical spam stuff, but I think our listeners already know that. So I'm curious about some of the reasons that maybe aren't so obvious.
One that I think is really interesting is that Yahoo doesn't like it when you suddenly start sending a lot more emails than usual. Even if you're getting more subscribers naturally and your list is growing normally, Yahoo might still flag your emails if you increase your sending volume too quickly.
It's like Yahoo saying, wait a minute, why are you sending so many more emails all of a sudden? What are you up to?
Yeah, they're looking for people who are sending emails consistently, not people who suddenly send a ton of emails at once, because that could be a sign that something shady is going on.
So even if we're not doing anything wrong, Yahoo could still flag our emails just because we're sending more than we usually do. Yahoo's system seems pretty sensitive.
Yeah, it is, and this just shows how important it is to slowly increase the number of emails you send out and to avoid making any sudden changes to how many emails you're sending, even if you're sure that your email list is good and you're sending great emails. So yeah, you really have to be careful about how you grow your email list, especially when you're dealing with a platform like Yahoo.
Okay, that makes sense. So we've got authentication and making sure our content doesn't look like spam and being careful about how many emails we send out. What else should we know about how Yahoo handles emails?
Well, this one might surprise you sometimes. Yahoo will block emails just because they don't like the IP address that they're coming from, even if your emails are fine.
That doesn't seem fair.
It can be a problem, especially if you're using a shared IP address with a big email service provider, because if other people who are using that same IP address are doing things that Yahoo doesn't like, that can hurt everyone who's using that IP address.
So I could get penalized for something that someone else did. That's like getting a parking ticket because the car next to you is parked illegally.
Exactly. That's why it's important to understand how your email service provider manages IP addresses and to think about maybe getting a dedicated IP address, especially if you send out a lot of emails.
Got it. A dedicated IP address is something to consider. Is there anything else about Yahoo deliverability that could catch us off guard?
Yeah. So in the article we're looking at today, Gul mentions something called an ISP block bounce.
ISP block bounce. Okay, that sounds kind of scary. What does that even mean?
It's basically when Yahoo blocks a whole bunch of IP addresses, usually because they've seen a lot of spam coming from those IP addresses, it's kind of a drastic measure.
Yeah.
But they do it to keep their users from getting a bunch of emails that they don't want.
So even if I'm following all the rules, Yahoo could still block my emails if my IP address is in a group of IP addresses that Yahoo has blocked.
Yeah, unfortunately that can happen, and this shows why it's so important to work with a good email service provider who makes sure that their IP addresses aren't getting blocked by Yahoo.
Okay, let's shift gears and talk about how we can make Yahoo like our emails more. What can we do?
Well, one simple thing that people often forget is to ask your subscribers to add your email address to their safe senders list in Yahoo.
You mean the whitelist? Does that still work?
Yeah, it may seem a little old school, but it actually works really well, especially with Yahoo, because they really care about what their users want.
So if Yahoo sees that a user has specifically said they want to receive emails from a certain sender, then Yahoo is more likely to let those emails through.
Exactly. It's like getting a VIP pass to skip the line and go straight to the inbox.
Okay, so the whitelist is a good idea. What else can we do to be friends with Yahoo?
Well, this is really basic, but it's super important. Make sure that your email list is clean and up to date. Yahoo really doesn't like it when you have a lot of bounces or spam complaints or inactive subscribers.
So no keeping those old email addresses around just in case those people decide to start opening our emails again.
I know it's tempting, but sending emails to people who aren't opening them is just going to hurt you in the long run. It makes your deliverability worse with Yahoo, and it also messes up your metrics so you don't really know how well your emails are doing.
So we're not just trying to get more subscribers. It's about building a good relationship with the subscribers that we already have.
Exactly. And that brings us to something called an email sunset policy. And I think this is a good way to think about how to keep your email list healthy.
Okay, an email sunset policy. That sounds kind of interesting. What is that exactly?
So basically, it's like a plan for how to get rid of inactive subscribers in a nice way. You know, the people who haven't opened or clicked on any of your emails in months, instead of just keeping them on your list, which could hurt your sender reputation, you set a time limit. And if they haven't interacted with any of your emails by then, you remove them from your list.
Well said to all our listeners out there who are struggling to get their emails to Yahoo users. Remember that you can do this. Just focus on the basics and don't be afraid to try new things and keep learning.
And the most important thing is to use the Yahoo Postmaster tool. It's your way to see how Yahoo sees you, and it can really help you get your emails to those 230 million Yahoo users.
Well said. This has been a really eye-opening deep dive. You said it well. Until next time, happy emailing, everyone.